What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? I'm just waking up, so I'm doing all right. Sorry. Just getting my heater going. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So what I got today is we're going to talk a little bit. We'll get through some of the subjects I wasn't able to get to yesterday, so we'll go through some of them. And we got a few new subjects, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right. All right. Sorry. Yeah, yesterday I was going to do a story on or talk about a Iranian national that was arrested after illegally crossing into Texas, and has been labeled a special interest alien, which basically means, terrorist. But I didn't get to it, unfortunately. But there's also an update to said story, as it turns out there have been at least 4 Iranian special interest aliens apprehended by Border Patrol attempting to cross into the U.S. in October. So we'll go over both articles. And then we got a video on pro-Palestinian protesters fighting police officers attempting to breach barrier at the White House. So we'll just watch that video real quick. My question for you is, how long until they get labeled as as insurrectionists? What do you think? And then another thing I am going to go over is the video posted by Donald Trump on his Truth Social account of the Presidential Olympics. We were going to watch this again. We were going to watch this yesterday. I didn't get to it. So we'll get to it today. It looks like a funny video, so we're going to watch it and maybe have a few laughs. And then we got a new poll on Biden that we'll look over. And then Amber Heard appears to have finally crossed the line and has been put on blast by Warner Brothers. We'll look into that. And then there's a new study, I guess is the more accurate term. I think I put poll in my description. Yeah, poll. It's probably more accurate as a study. On gun-related homicides per capita, so it shows red states with less restrictive laws have highest firearm homicide rates. So we'll look at that, see how accurate it is. And then a professor at ASU has been was allegedly bloodied, and after altercation broke out between him and 2 members of a conservative group and now that incident is being investigated by authorities as a hate crime. So there we go. And then, just real quick, it appears that the U.S. military is prepared to send uh, roughly around 2,000 troops for a potential deployment to support Israel against Gaza. So looks like the United States is gonna try and get their head in the middle of this for whatever fucking reason. Sorry, just get cool up my coffee. Oh yeah. And before I get into my video, make sure you check out Coffee Brand Coffee, delicious coffee company. They have a variety of coffees, teas, and hot chocolate. It is fall, so cocoa is essential. The way of life, really. Check it out. Use my referral link at the bottom or in the description. I mean, make sure you can also use coupon code Ghost. I mean, and then if you use my coupon codes, you get you get 5%, but if you subscribe, you get 10%. But regardless of what you choose to do, make sure you use that referral link because that gives you credit for the sale. All right. All right, so let's get into subject. If I have time, I might go over something else, just off the cuff, really. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, like I said, this was from yesterday, and then we'll get into the update after. Iranian national arrested after illegally crossing into Texas amid Biden border crisis processed as special interest alien. 151 people on the FBI watch list, terror watch list, illegally entered into the United States in 2023. It's wonderful to hear. Border Patrol apprehended an Iranian migrant who illegally entered the United States on Sunday from Eagle Pass, Texas. Breitbart News reports that the adult male is of fighting age and had illegally crossed the border with around 130 Venezuelans. The Iranian was apprehended, processed as a special interest alien, which the Department of Homeland Security classifies as a non-U.S. citizen who potentially possesses national security risks to the United States, such as terrorism or a nexus to terrorism. According to the DHSSIA document, illegal immigrants are given the classification once DHS analysis includes an examination of travel patterns, points of origins, and/or travel segments that are tied to current assessments of national and security threat environments. On Thursday, Border Patrol agents working the Eagle Pass sector apprehended 2 adult males from Lebanon, whose home country terrorist group Hezbollah pledged alliance to Hamas terrorists and is aiding them in their current war against Israel. Furthermore, Border Patrol agents working The Rio Grande sector apprehended 14 adult males from Syria within the past several days. Now, just remember, if you haven't seen my video on it the other day, there was a lot of boasting by the government saying there's no evidence of terrorists or whatever entering the border illegally. No evidence. Well, looks like we got evidence now. Oh, actually, here's basically what just disproved that. The apprehension of Middle Eastern and North African immigrants follows reports that 151 people on the FBI terror watch list illegally entered the United States in 2023. All that directly contradicts the U.S. so-called intelligence. Its number is higher than the previous 6 years combined. In addition, tens of thousands of special interest aliens were apprehended at the U.S. southern border between 2021 and October 2023, according to Fox News report. This includes 6,389 nations from Afghanistan, I think that means nationals, 3,153 from Egypt, there we go. Oh my God. Egypt, 659 from Iran, 538 from Syria, 30,830 from Turkey, 1,613 from Pakistan, 164 from Lebanon, 185 from Jordan, 139 from Yemen, 123 from Iraq, 15,594,000 from Mauritania, and 13,624 from Uzbekistan. Okay. These numbers, which span from October 2021 to October 2023, do not include encounters by CBP Office of Field Operations at ports or entries, nor the over 1.5 million gotaways that have snuck into the country under the Biden administration. A source within Border Patrol told Breitbart News that the amount of SIA illegals illegally crossing the U.S. south/southern border is alarming, poses a threat to national security. It's understandable that people will flee from countries where terrorism exists, but with such high numbers of migrants from everywhere crossing daily, it's hard to distinguish between those fleeing the conditions and those who may be actively participating in those activities, the source told outlets. The Biden administration has allowed millions of illegal immigrants to flood through the U.S. southern border due to its open border policy since taking over the White House in 2021, which has created an existential crisis across the United States. In fiscal year 2023, more than 20 million illegal immigrants were apprehended at the U.S. southern border. All right, there's that. Now, I will get into this in the next article real quick. All right. 4 Iranian special interest aliens apprehended by Border Patrol attempting to cross into U.S. in October. 2 Lebanese Lebanese citizens were also arrested in Eagle Pass last week. U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) has revealed that as of mid-October, a total of 4 Iranian nationals have been apprehended as they attempt to illegally cross into the U.S. from the Texas border. And were processed as special interest aliens. Sources from CBP told Fox News that an Iranian man in his 40s was detained on Sunday morning in Eagle Pass, Texas, after he went through the southern border around 3 a.m. That Iranian, along with 3 other men who were arrested, has received the special interest alien label. Due to nation of origin, as the U.S. government deems Iran as having conditions that promote or protect terrorism or potentially possess some sort of national security threat to the U.S., per Fox News. In addition to these 4 people, 2 Lebanese citizens were arrested in Eagle Pass last week. The duo also was classified as special interest aliens. Lebanon is the home. Okay, we already went through that. Other recent apprehensions include an Egyptian man in his 40s, as well as arrest of 19 Iranians and 17 Syrians at the Rio Grande Valley sector. These encounters come amid a raging conflict in the Middle East after Israel was attacked by Hamas-led terrorists starting October 7th, which has at least 13,000 Israelis being reported dead since the carnage began. Last week, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said that Iran has broad complicity amid the attack on Israel. He also noted, however, that the government has not seen any specific evidence that tells us they wittingly, I think that means willingly, involved in the planning or involved in the resourcing and the training that went into these complex sets of attacks over the weekend. A Customs and Border Patrol source recently told, well, most special interest aliens do not turn out to be terrorists. The mass amount of illegal crossings at the border makes it more difficult for officials to discern who is generally seeking a better life and who may pose a danger. A Department of Homeland Security threat assessment posted last month warned that terrorists and criminals actors may exploit the elevated flow and increased complex security environment to enter the United States. Individuals with terrorism connections are interested in using established travel routes and permissive environments to facilitate access to the United States, the assessment noted. Now, here's this. What I want to say here is, more difficult for officials to discern who is genuinely seeking a better life versus who may pose a danger. It's that's something that should be a concern. I would say the best thing to do is just assume and not let them in. Deport immediately, not because they may be terrorists, but because they are illegally crossing the goddamn border illegally. So fuck them. Like, kick them out. Kick all the illegal immigrants out. Now, I wonder, because Texas is already trying to ramp up their border actions, they're securing the border actions. I wonder if this is, probably will, but increase their desire to try and keep border patrol going, or to keep securing their borders more aggressively, because they've been doing it lately. The question is, while they may be doing it often and everything, what's curious is whether they are Sorry. So while they may be, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So Texas has been like defying basically the government shit and saying, no, we're going to secure the borders regardless. And they've been doing it fairly aggressive, although they are being hampered by the U.S. government. The U.S. government's clipping their fucking wires and shit like that they're putting out, et cetera, et cetera. So I wonder if this incidents are causing Texas to like ramp that up even more. It's just amazing to me that we got so many people who don't understand the danger of having such an open border. They're all frou wanting to appease everyone, welcome everyone, but there's some dangerous fucking people that do not like us, do not like our way of life, and want to destroy us. Like, why the fuck do you want to give them any more ammunition? I don't understand this. But anyways, that's my view on the whole damn thing. I also think most of them are idiots, so we're gonna do really. Oh man, goddamn. All right, let's get into this. All right, so like I said, there was a protest, pro-Palestine protest in Washington D.C. They fight the police and attempt to breach the barrier at the White House. So let's just watch this. It's a real quick 15-second video, so nothing too long. Nothing too hard and long. That's what she said. What? All right, here we go. All right, so there we go. So these are, pro-Palestinian protesters. They're fighting with police, attempting to breach the barrier at the White House. So, how long until they're labeled terrorists, right? Or insurrectionists, right? Because that's what's required. How long until they're arrested and convicted on bullshit charges? I'm serious. Like, how long until that happens? Because they clearly don't give a shit, and they're attempting to breach the White House, which should be very troubling, right? Um, and the White House, I would say, is far more important than the Capitol, especially considered because the president's there at all times, and whether it was evacuated or not, I don't know, but still, they're attempting to breach the White House barrier. So, I mean, are they going to be put in labeled insurrectionists? Because they're trying to overthrow, right, the U.S. government. I'm being facetious here, but I mean, let's be honest. If this was MAGA people, they would be, arrested, charged, and all that stuff before the video even got out. Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's also ridiculous. Why are you protesting the White House? They're not doing anything. They may be sending 2,000 troops now. I doubt that was something that was going on before this video. So I don't know. Like, look, I'm all for protesting. It's a First Amendment right and everything. I'm for it. I'm told, do you. But sometimes people are fucking retarded. Like, I remember when Roe versus Wade got overturned. And there's people in various blue states that were keeping up, for example, like Washington or California, etc., Oregon probably, that were protesting other states restricting access to abortion, and they're protesting in their own state, and that just doesn't make sense to me, because why the hell do you think Texas or Tennessee or Montana or whatever. I don't even know who. Or Kentucky. I know Kentucky. I don't know if Tennessee is, but I'm just spouting out, states. But what makes you think any of them give a flying fuck what people in Washington, Oregon, or California think? Like, really? So that's my thing here is like these people are protesting in the United States. What what do you think people like? People don't give a flying fuck. It's not happening here. We don't care. For the most part. Like, I feel terrible about the kids that are being hurt, starved, and killed on both sides. But sorry. Um, but unless I'm over there, it's nothing I say or do here does anything really. Biden administration doesn't give a fuck. There's been plenty of protests on various things against Biden's interests. You think, and he didn't do anything. Um, and it's against Biden's interest to go against Israel. So he's going to help out Israel. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird to protest something that in a area in a place that isn't that place because they're nothing's really going to get done over it. Like the U.S. isn't going to suddenly overturn its policies when it comes to Israel and like immediately stop backing Israel. They consider Israel an ally. They're going to keep that way for a while. So it's just bizarre to see something like this. That's just my opinion. Again, if you want to protest, protest. Do you, boo? I don't care. I really don't care if you protest. Just don't block my goddamn traffic. All right. So there, so that's like the major stuff I wanted to get to today. I got some, other things. Got one thing that's fairly major in my opinion. That's a study we're going to talk about. But I would say it's, the people entering our border illegally, Iranian nationals, is far more serious than anything else, and it's something we should be taking very, very seriously and trying to. When these people should not be being let into the country. Let's be honest. And that includes any illegal immigrant. Like it's ridiculous how we have such a open border policy. I don't understand it. Like people keep saying, like oh, we're the land of immigrants. We should let people in. Blah 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 blah. Well, look. Let's look at the history. Well, last time, you know, a country let a bunch of immigrants in and not send them backing, obviously because they couldn't, but didn't do it and ended up being taken over. That's the true history of our great nation. So he took it over. Yeah. Um, but in my opinion, hey, look, it's nothing. It's just a large scale of what the Indians, Native Americans, however you want to call them, did to each other. Because that's what they would do is when they were in their tribe, their tribes, they go to another tribe for resources and whatnot, take them over. Well, we just did it in a massive scale and did an entire country. Well, that's what happened last time a country let people come in unchecked. And but the Biden administration is letting all these people just come in, no problem, not doing much about it. And honestly, it's in my opinion, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before we get hit again. I really strongly feel like that's going to happen sometime soon. I don't want it to. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like sitting here holding my dick in my hand, like I can't wait. Like I'm not that type of person. But it's definitely something I have a fear of. Um, because it's only a matter of time, especially if we keep letting people in, no problems. It's only a matter of time. All right, let's get it. We got a little dark there. Let's get into something funny. All right, so here. So this is the Presidential Olympics. We're gonna watch it and have some laughs. It is a palate cleanser.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for day one of the Presidential Olympics. And it's a lovely day here in Delaware. And the day one event, as always, is the Air Force One Stairway event. Straightforward, but has seen its share of adventures over the years. Just going over some last-minute pointers here with his personal trainer and coach. And it's a confident salute and steady approach. Just using the standard grip and pull technique that was popularized by Woodrow Wilson in the early 1700s. And will he attempt the turn and wave? He does. He doesn't disappoint, and it's a smooth delivery. And next up, Joseph Robinette Biden, of course, representing the United States of Ukraine.
God damn, look at his posture and his walk. He's just all like hunched over, like kind of like frail walking. I just noticed that. It's like, it feels like the first time I ever watched actually Biden walk. And his posture and his demeanor is just terrible.
Also receiving some last-minute pointers from his coach.
Doesn't even slow
And it's a confident salute with a light jog attempt, still with a grip and pull, but it seems to be doing the trick. Oh, and I was about to say it seems to be doing the trick. It's gone. He's gone twice, and he's gone a third time. That we've never seen that before. Just reaching out to the other handrail and realizing his arms aren't long enough. Doing a little jog move at the end there. Will he go for the turn and wave? No, he's saluting. That's a solid salute to finish. I'm losing his balance there a little bit, just as he disappears into the plane. And Donald Trump's second attempt. People are saying it's already over. Trump just needs to have a solid ascent, and it's probably beyond Biden's reach. And Trump just going for the left-handed ascent there, showing off he's ambidextrous. First attempt, of course, was a right-handed ascent, going for the left-handed. Same grip and pull technique and a steady pace. Not even bothering to turn and wave. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to risk it. Doesn't need the points. And I think he knows it's already in the bag. And we're back for Joe Biden's second attempt. Some people saying he'd need to do a full sprint with somersault to get the points back. I think he knows it's beyond him now. He's taking it very steadily. He was grip and pulling, but he's just let go of the handrail. Is he trying to claw some? No, he's gone again.
What the fuck?
And this has been a disaster for Joe Biden. What a sad sight it is to see. Turns, not even he's going for the wave, not the salute, but that is tragic. And you can see here the moment where he actually lets go of the handrail. Maybe he was trying to finish in style. We're already hearing from his team that they're complaining about the low light. Maybe that played a part. We just don't know. But we can all agree it's been a terrible, terrible day for Team Biden. They'll have to put this day behind them and prepare for tomorrow's event, day 2, which is walking off stage. We'll be covering that all day on the BBC. Don't forget to tune in.
Walking off stage. This is a funny video. This is a funny video. I hope everyone enjoyed that video because that's a funny ass video. Funny video. See, that's nice. You know, just a nice little palate cleanser. You know, you got all that dark shit going on, fear of being attacked again, etc. And you know, it got a nice little palate cleanser. You can laugh at fucking idiot like an idiot. Laugh at an idiot. Fucking Biden. You can't climb up some goddamn stairs and he's the commander in chief. Like, what the fuck is this? All right, so there we go. Yeah, no, it's really terrible that we have a president who can't climb up some fucking stairs or get off a stage or do anything competent in general. All right, speaking of Biden and the terrible president we have, we have a new poll, new ABC poll for Joe Biden. Now, I don't know if this is official or anything like that. Let me see. Okay. I don't know. I don't see anything that exactly lines things up like this, but we're gonna go over it anyways. Um, just for the fuck of it. Actually, I think there's some of this that's fairly accurate. Okay. So, new ABC poll, and this is according to Ian Yeager. Okay. All right, so it's 26 approval for immigration slash border, 29 approval on inflation, 32 approval on gun violence, 33 approval on crime, 33 approval on Iran, 36 approval on the economy, 39 approval on climate change, 39 approval on abortion, 41 approval on U.S. or Ukraine versus Russia, and 41 approval on Israeli and Palestine war. Let me see. I see a poll here that says Biden's actually 23% on the border. Just so yeah, that's if assuming that's true, that's his approval ratings. He's not even a 50 on anything. And and this 41 approval for Ukraine, Russia, and Israeli Palestine war, I don't even believe that. I don't think this is a very accurate poll. So I can't see anyone approving of Ukraine slash, or a lot of people approving of Ukraine slash Russia. But I guess that's a minority. The majority disapprove of it a lot. Like 59% don't approve of his situation. But yeah, he's got nothing above. Like he doesn't have a majority on anything approval rating. His approval ratings are down. We are talking about ABC. There's a poll. I'm not going to read the article. I just want to show it since we were talking about approval ratings. There's a poll on ABC, an actual one, that has Trump edging out Biden in 51-42 in head-to-head matchup poll. The president's job approval ratings is 19 points underwater. So look, 19 points above or below water or underwater. All these polls. And if you see, and if Biden somehow wins, for sure there is some fuckery going on. And that's the problem with the Republicans is they haven't even secured our voting. Like, there's no voter ID or anything like that. It's apparently racist. They are apparently trying to elect a new House Speaker after ousting McCarthy. But the question is, will that new House Speaker do anything, really? Now, the House Speaker is important because they're second in the line of succession. So if the Vice President steps down or dies, Speaker of the House. And currently, since we don't have a Speaker of the House, the person that goes after that is the Senate Pro Temp, and that's Patty Murray from Washington. So if anything happens to Biden or Harris, Patty Murray would be in charge. I don't think that'd be a good thing. All right. Here we are. All right. So, Warner Brothers is putting Amber Heard on blast. And according to that umbrella guy, and I think he's a reliable guy because he had insider knowledge on he was in contact with Waldron, Johnny Depp's lawyer at the time. he's had a lot of insider knowledge on this. So I would, you can obviously he probably wouldn't have any insider knowledge on this stuff, but he would at least, yeah, at least trust what he's saying. It took Amber Heard trying to ruin Jason Momoa, James Wayne, and her Aquaman 2 co-stars for Warner Brothers to finally put her on blast. They want you to forget they fired Johnny Depp and had powerful figures like Peter Safran publicly backed her. So here's one clip or a clip screenshot here. The producer of Aquaman, Peter Safran, is now the head of DC Studios, and he's sticking by Amber Heard. I don't think we're ever going to react to fan pressure. You got to do what's best for the movie. We felt that if it's James Wan and Jason Momoa, it should be Amber Heard. All the while, by the way, keep in mind, he says this, but then they kicked Johnny Depp from his Harry Potter movie as Grindelwald. So just keep that in mind. All right. In light of recent events, I would like to make a following short statement. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who had gifted me with their loyalty, support, and loyalty. I've been humbled and moved by many messages of love and concern, particularly over the last few days. Secondly, I wish to let you know that I have been asked to resign by Warner Brothers for my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. I have respected and agreed to that request. Finally, I wish to say this surreal judgment of the court in the UK will not change my fight to tell the truth and confirm that I plan to appeal. My resolve remains strong, and I intend to prove that the allegations against me are false. My life and career will not be defined by this moment in time. Thank you for reading. Sincerely, Johnny Depp. Okay, I thought he'd actually go into it. I mean, I did talk about, didn't really put her on blast. I wonder, hold on. So his timeline, maybe he's got something. Okay. So, I mean, I guess this is what he's talking about. Amber Heard erased from theaters and banned from Aquaman 2 promo. I haven't seen anything about it, really. All right, I don't know. Unfortunately for that umbrella guy, he didn't really clearly show how the fuck she's been put on blast. So I have no idea. All right, we're gonna skip over what I was gonna do because I'd like to finish it for the end. All right. Oh, headache. So I forgot I needed to do this part. Actually, get into goddamn article. Okay. All right. Queer professor allegedly left bloody after an on-campus altercation with right-wing group. Security video released by police show a member of Turning Point USA pushing a United States professor to the ground. Okay, so this is the apparent video. I think. How are you following him? Hold on. So conveniently, I haven't even gotten to the article, but conveniently, this guy, I'm guessing, is the Turning Point USA guy. He's following the gay guy. Okay, there's video of everything, and then
Facebook post.
No. No, they were filming in order to post this online and inspire more harassment against me. I moved to block the camera. When I did so, the other jumped me from behind, slamming me to the pavement. Okay, so that's what he's claiming. Where's the fucking video of this so-called shit? Dang. Like, I just love, like, there's a statement and also there's all this video and also, so okay, clearly not after that. Crew did not initiate any physical altercation. The cameraman plans to press charges for assault. Turning Point USA spokesman said. So they're still walking. Okay, so okay, I see. So there's video. So actually, what it appears to be, I haven't gotten to the fucking article. So I'll be just clear of that. So there's clearly, it's actually very clear what this is. This is nothing to do with, this is bullshit what they're trying to pull. This was an attack on him. They didn't just attack him for no reason. Here, you can clearly see in the video if you're watching. Look. So gay guy rushes camera guy. Okay, gay guy rushes camera guy. Interviewer sees gay guy rushing camera guy, thinks of, oh shit, he's just gonna assault my camera guy. I gotta defend my camera guy. And that's when he goes. This interviewer does not lay a single finger on the gay guy until he touches his camera person. As you can see, watch. So rushes, boom. See, the second he goes and tries to touch it, camera guy blocks him. That's when the interviewer dude pushes the gay guy down. So this was a clear case of self-defense. All right, so let's see how NBC reports this. All right, a queer professor at Arizona State University was allegedly left bloody after an altercation broke out last week. Between him and two members of a conservative group in what authorities are investigating as a hate crime. See, first off, before I get to hate crimes are fucking dumb, okay? If someone commits an assault just because the person assaulted turns out to be, black, gay, or what the fuck ever, doesn't make that crime any worse. Okay, if it's a crime and bad regardless. It doesn't make it any worse just because someone subscribed to a certain ideology. I fucking hate crime laws. They're dumb and they're nothing. They're just an enhancer to be like, hey, you can't. You can't do anything against these people at all. Like, oh, these are protected class. These people are special, so you can't do anything. It's bullshit. All right, David Boyles, who teaches English and is co-founder of Drag Story Hour Arizona. Okay. So this guy's founder of a drag story hour, meaning that dudes like to dress up like chicks, goes to kids and reads to them. And it's not like they're wearing, they're conservative and dress. They're just what they just put on makeup. No, they're in like some wild fucking outfits for no fucking reason, just to read some kids and books. It's dumb. The next day, the group, was confronted on ASU campus by two men with a right-wing group, Turning Point USA, on Wednesday. The next day, the group posted online a 90-second video shows boys being followed by a cameraman and a personality named Callan Dalmeda, who was firing continuous questions about his work with Drag Story Hour. Drag Story Hour is a national group with local chapters across the country that organize events where drag performers read children's books to kids at bookstores, libraries, LGBTQ centers, and other public venues. Now, here's my opinion. If, stores like these, libraries, centers, or whatever, they do this shit, you probably shouldn't take your kids there, ever. You can't run, Delmeda said. It's best if you talk to me on why you want to push sodomy to young people. A Turning Point USA video shows Boyles ignoring the men until the end of the video, when Boyles appears to strike the camera and the video cuts out. Obviously, security video released by law enforcement shows Boyles striking the camera guy and Delmeda subsequently pushing Boyles to the floor, causing him to hit his face. Okay. A spokesperson for the University Police, Adam Wolf, said in an email that police are investigating confrontation as a potential bias or prejudicial motivated incident. How? No, the only reason they're doing this is because it's Turning Point USA, and it's a gay guy. That's all the reason that they're doing this. Was it Delameda? Doesn't touch him because he's gay. He doesn't assault him because he's gay. He assaults him, and I'm using the term assault loosely with the term, unwanted action. It's a basic assault. He pushed him. It's an assault technically, but it's an assault of self-defense because he is defending his camera person. You can use self-defense to defend other people. So this is bullshit. It has nothing to do with a bias or prejudicial motivated incident. Like that, it's completely bullshit. Because again, this is why hate crimes are stupid. Okay, they're only levying a hate crime because the person that was assaulted, quote unquote, was gay. Okay, nothing else. And if it was a white straight guy, he'd just be assaulted. So why does the gay guy get extra special treatment? And also, it doesn't apply. If anything, even if you were to say, hate crimes are good and everything, this doesn't apply because Delameda doesn't assault Boyles because he's gay. He assaults him because he first attacks his camera guy, another person, and so he pushes him to get him away from his camera guy and prevent him from committing further assaults on his camera guy. Wolf confirmed Boyles' injuries, adding that he did not require additional treatment. Turning Point USA spokesperson Andrew Clovet told NBC affiliate KPNX of Phoenix that the cameraman plans to file a police report because of the altercations. Boyles posted a photo on Facebook last week showing the left side of his face bloody. My physical injuries are relatively minor, and I'm doing okay, Boyles wrote. But I'm also feeling angry, violated, embarrassed, and despairing at the fact that we have come to normalize this kind of harassment and violence against anyone who tries to support LGBTQ youths. Ironically, the topic of my class I had just finished teaching, or just LGBTQ plus people and other marginalized groups in general. Uh, okay, but what about going and assaulting someone? Like, they were just asking questions, and you could have just kept walking, ignored them. Is it annoying? Is it frustrating to have a bunch of people, two guys in your face asking you a bunch of fucking questions? Yeah, it's fucking annoying. But that doesn't levy and uh, 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 justifiable use of an assault against that people, because they weren't preventing you from walking, they weren't preventing you from leaving, they were following you. Yes, they were talking to you. Uh, I didn't see any. I didn't listen to the video, so I have no idea if he ever said stop or anything like that. But they weren't preventing him from leaving. They were asking him a bunch of questions. I don't remember seeing in the article them saying anything about him saying please stop, leave me alone, or anything like that. So it doesn't really really heighten to that of harassment, because you kind of need to, for harassment, if I'm right, I could be wrong about this, but for harassment, what is required is um, you to say, I don't want you to do this, leave me alone, something to that effect, please stop. I think that's what it requires for harassment. I could be wrong. And then this thing here, violence against anyone who tries to support LGBTQ use. They weren't violent against you for supporting anything. They were asking you questions about it, and then you assault them, and so they responded. Like, what is this bullshit? And then, of course, this pussy president, ASU president Michael Crow. Oh, wait, hold on. He added, whether it's a bomb threat against children's hospitals and libraries, store owner being killed for her pride flag, and or the other standard rhetoric that anyone who supports LGBTQ youth is a groomer and has to stop. No, that last part, no, because these aren't kids that are going to an LGBTQ center or anything like that. That most people are calling these guys or these people groupers. That's not what it's not like kids who go who willingly go into a LGBTQ center or all that shit. Or anything. We generally call people groomers when they go to places that aren't a center. They go to libraries, they go to bookstores, they go to whatever events to go and push this shit onto kids that have nothing to do with any of that. They're there to listen to a book. That's who we start calling groomers. And then the people who push this rhetoric in the classrooms, that's who we call groomers. Okay, so the pussy president comment. ASU president Michael Crow condemned the altercation Saturday in a letter posted on the university website. Oh, is he going to condemn his employee for assaulting someone first? Okay. No, of course he doesn't. It's astounding to me that individuals from Turning Point USA would wait for an ASU instructor to come out of his class. Really, that doesn't surprise me, honestly. It's dumb, but it doesn't really surprise me. To follow him, harass him, and ultimately shove him to the ground, blooding his face, Crow said. Conveniently, he is leaving out the part where his quote-unquote instructor attacks the Turning Point USA people first. Again, they weren't preventing him from leaving. Were they annoying him? More than likely, yes. But they were just asking him questions. And again, I didn't see anywhere in this article. Let me go scroll through it real quick, where he said, please stop, leave me alone. And even then, they hadn't put a hand on him at all. That doesn't really constitute harassment, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm just some moron who comments on stuff on the internet. Anti-LGBTQ demonstration and attacks have spiked across the country in the last year. Yeah, I wonder why. Look, I don't think you should be attacking these people at all. But here's the thing: you start going and and trying to groom kids, because this is what a lot of these fuckers are doing. We're trying to groom kids. That's why they're invading the classrooms, invading libraries, and all that stuff to try and push some sort of fucking agenda. Putting a bunch of sexually explicit shit into libraries. Yeah, you're gonna get people pretty fucking pissed off. Again, not condoning it. I don't think you should attack anyone, but you know, if I think a pedophile is trying to fucking groom my kid, something may happen. From June 2022 to May, there is an average of 39 anti-LGBTQ protests per month. Wonder why. Compared with just 3 per month from January 2017 through May 2022, according to recent reports by the Crowd Counting Consortium, a research group that tracks political protests. In addition, there have been several high-profile acts of violence allegedly incited by LGBTQ sentiments in recent months, including multiple bomb threats. Okay. In July, the fatal stabbing of 28-year-old gay professional dancer O'Shea Sibley in Brooklyn, New York, made national headlines. Police deemed the stabbing a hate crime. I don't know anything about that. Similarly, the killing of Laura Ann Carlton, a California business owner and mother of 9, sent shockwaves around the nation. Carlton was fatally shot in an altercation over a pride flag displayed in her clothing store. Last month, police in Salt Lake City, New York City, and New Haven, Connecticut all respond to bomb threats of LGBTQ spaces or events in the same weekend. So there we go. Let's see. All right, so there you go. Yeah, shockingly, this thing is complete and utter bullshit. And it's so dishonest. And this dishonesty is why people don't trust media. And, they're also, they don't trust anyone. It's a wonder why. Uh, it's a wonder. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's a wonder why no one trusts the goddamn media or anything. They're not even being honest in that reporting. NBC. Did they mention or like yeah, they showed the video and everything, but they're not really like highlighting it. It's like it's bullshit to try and investigate this as a hate crime when uh, Delamita's shoving had nothing to do with the fact that this guy was gay. It had everything to do with the fact that this guy decided to attack his cameraman. And Delamita responded to defend his cameraman. Like it's a very cut and dry issue here. All right. Top of the hour. Here we go. Now, America's highest gun death rates are in the South. Ooh, okay. Now, I don't know what's in this article. I have yet to see what this article is really about. But let me just say this. Gun death rates. Generally, gun deaths includes suicides, accidents, self-defense, and then all the other things that you would generally think of, people, homicides, gun on gun violence, etc., etc., or gun on gun or gang on gang crimes, all that shit. But self defense is the highest use of firearms. Accidental. Oh shit! Also, I mean, just gun death rates. You know what else is included on that? After that is included. With self defense, accidents, suicides, because this is gun deaths. So that's what's all included generally in gun death rates. So how accurate is this poll? Does it even mention suicide, self-defense? Let's look at it. Okay, cities with the most reported gun-related homicides. Now, see, it's interesting because this says gun-related homicides, and then up here it says gun death rates. And then, okay, so let's just get to gun-related homicides. Now, here's what people think. People think homicide, murder. So, that's what they think. But what it is in the medical examiner sense, when someone is considered is a person killing another person, a death that is done by the hands of another person. Doesn't really mean murder or anything like that. So, it may result in accidental, recklessness, or negligence acts, even if there is no intent to cause harm. So that is included in these homicides. So it could be an accidental, could be someone being reckless, negligent, all these other things. You know what else this can include? Self-defense. So the defense of using a firearm to defend yourself and another person, or another person, sorry. So that's related into gun-related homicides. So while this could be, these numbers could be fairly accurate, very, very accurate. The question comes down to is, are we just strictly talking about, are we strictly talking about like people murdering another with with intent to do harm? Because that's what a lot of people think homicides are. Sorry, my wife just sent me a picture of her daughter. She's adorable. That's what a lot of people, when you think homicide, you think of someone going out and shooting someone intentionally to kill them. That's what a lot of people think homicides are. And I just told you, what generally homicide actually includes. It includes all these variety of other things. So let's get into it. Let's see what they outline as whatever. See, here's the thing again. So this oh no, never mind. Yeah, sorry. Right forward. All right, the cities with the highest firearm homicide rates are clustered in southern, generally in red states with less restrictive gun laws. According to analysis by left-leaning Center in American Progress Action Fund, provided exclusively by Axios. Why it matters. The report argues that the findings refute Republican narratives that progressive policies stoke more crimes in the cities. Hold on. This doesn't refute it at all. What are you fucking talking about? Okay, stokes more crime in the cities. Okay, so there's more crimes in the cities. That has nothing like this report doesn't disprove that at all. This study doesn't disprove that at all, because this is just talking about gun-related deaths or gun homicides. Okay, that doesn't mean there aren't more crimes in the cities. What are you talking about? If they said gun crimes, maybe. But anyways, let's get into it. I'm just saying, like, this report, it kind of just disproved itself. It doesn't actually prove anything. It just proves that there's more gun homicides, which again includes accidental, reckless, negligent, self-defense, and of course, gang on gang, etc. Intentional murder and all that shit. All right. So in fact, these are distinctive gaps between urban firearm homicide rates in blue states, which tend to have stronger gun safety laws, and those in red states, the report concludes. The analysis used data from the Gun Violence Archive on the 30 most populous U.S. cities. And again, gun violence. Well, guess what? Guess what that includes? That includes self-defense, accidental, negligent, reckless. Did I say self-defense? Suicides. That includes suicides as well. It comes amid growing push to treat gun violence as a public health crisis, including New Mexico's controversial use of public health order to ban open and concealed carry. I'm pretty sure that got struck down. What they're saying, the last shows we're really seeing two different Americas when it comes to gun violence, said Chandler Hall, the reporter's author and senior policy analysis at CAP. There's already a lot that cities are trying to do to address gun violence locally, but when they're hamstrung by state police and can't control the flow of guns or how guns are carried in their city, there's only so much city officials can do. What's more, some blue state cities, like Chicago, are bordered by red states with looser gun laws. Now, that may be true, but let me ask you a question. What are the gun death rates compared to Chicago, compared to its surrounding cities? That's the question. Because if you go around the surrounding cities, I bet those gun death rates are far lower. But you would think they'd be just as high because of the loose gun laws in red states. Suman, St. Louis has America's highest gun homicide rates in 2022, followed by Birmingham, Alabama, New Orleans, Jackson, Mississippi, I assume, and Baltimore. It's a weird way. By the numbers, the average gun homicide rate in blue state cities are 7.2 per 100,000 residents from 2015 to 2022. The analysis found in red state cities, it was 11.1 deaths per 100,000. Yes, but gun homicides were higher overall in blue cities, as defined by the mayor's party affiliation, than in red ones. This report argues that blue cities differ from red cities when it comes to factors like population size, poverty rate, and inequality, and that contrasting them doesn't yield meaningful conclusions. Big picture cities also typically don't have much control over gun laws, expert says. A lot of cities are bound by state level policies, said Dan Simenez, an assistant professor at Rutgers and a member of the Regional Gun Violence Research Consortium at the Rockefeller Institute of Government. There's often little wiggle room for cities to be able to go far and beyond the policies that states have on the books because the cities are required to abide by those laws and policies. Jimenez was not involved with the CAP analysis and has not seen it before talking to Axios, so was not directly addressing its results. He says research showed that laws to keep children from accessing guns and background checks paired with some kind of licensing and permitting can reduce gun violence. On the other hand, more permissive concealed carry law increase the risk of violence. That says increase the risk. It doesn't say it results in a high risk. It doesn't result in violence. At the end of the day, it's just about guns and opportunities and that risk. And it goes up when more guns are available. It's not about individual intent. It's about population level risk. So what do I conclude here? This is a bullshit study. Now why? Well, because, like I said, gun homicide rates that's accidental, that's negligent, that's recklessness, self-defense. Okay, that's 4. Generally what's included in gun homicides. Now, let's take those away and let's see what states have more intentional murder by another individual. And I would posit that its odds are blue states have higher ones. But let's say that's not the case. Blue states still have a higher crime rate than red states. And it's strictly because red states have looser gun laws. So there is that fear that if I go and try to commit a crime on this person, there is a potential that that motherfucker gonna murk me. That's what it is. So this study's kind of bullshit, honestly, because like I said, here it says gun death rates. Highest gun death rates are in the South. That's the article's label. Now, all this talks about is homicides, and that's death by another person. So which is it? Is it what like the article said, but they just went and just said homicide a bunch, or is it actual gun death rates? Because gun death rates include suicides, which are the vast majority of gun deaths. Or is it actual homicides? But again, homicides include accidental, recklessness, negligence, and self-defense. Okay. And why is that important? Well, the highest amount of gun deaths are generally, well, after suicides, it's self-defense. And actually, it's probably higher than self-defense, actually, because not a lot of self-defense stuff gets um, reported. Well, I guess if it results in a death of someone, it gets reported. But okay, so I'll go with that. Actual deaths, resulting deaths. Well, after suicides, I believe it's actually self-defense. Now, in cities where there's high gun restrictions, you generally can't have a gun to really defend yourself uh, with. You can't generally use a gun to defend yourself because you're not allowed to own one. So that's why that's important. So if for whatever reason, what the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it, I lost my train of fucking thought. Gun death rates. But yeah, okay, yeah. So in cities with a high restriction on guns, you're not going to be able to defend yourself with a gun because you're not allowed to own one. So obviously, those would be lower in other places or in places that have restrictions on guns. But areas where they're less restrictive, that would mean that obviously there's more higher uses of self defense. So what they really need to do is focus on intentional murder by another person. And I'm willing to bet that if you actually did a study where it was an intentional murder, and it would require a lot more research because all these researchers do is they go off of the police statistics. Here's the problem: when you when police count a crime, a homicide, they don't only count death and intentional death or like an intentional act to murder someone and then without self-defense. Like it's just a simple one up person A killed person B. That's a homicide. Okay. But they don't just in police statistics, they don't weed out, all right, this person murdered that person A murdered person B, or person A killed person B, but it's only because person B tried to kill person A first. They don't weed that out. It's always person A killed person B. The reasoning behind it is not taken into these police statistics. That's if you've watched any trials recently, you'll hear a question by the medical examiner. They'll be like, okay, well, you saying the word homicide, can you define homicide? It's like, well, it's just a technical term to describe the death, the manner of death. So homicide means death by another person. It doesn't assume guilt or anything like that. It's just what we determine it. So that's the problem with using, because that's what a lot of these states use. They use just police statistics. So it would require them to actually go to the police departments and be like, all right, how many of these of your homicides were an intentional death to another person without any self-defense? Okay, and if you just base that on that, and I mean like an intentional death, because homicide is person killed person A. So even if person A killed person B accidentally, recklessly, negligently, they weren't meaning to kill that person, that gets lumped into homicides. So what they need to do is boil it down. They got to go to every police department and be like, all right, I would like if I would like uh, uh, all your homicides were with all your gun related homicides where person A intentionally killed person B, no self defense. Okay, then you would get a good statistic, and then we could actually
we could actually get an idea of how what the actual numbers are. But they're not going to do that because that would that would obviously defeat the left's argument. It is what it is. All right, I'm going to do one more thing. One more thing. Okay. And this is just a palette cleanser. As you know, or you may know, I guess it's a more accurate statement. Spider-Man 2 is coming out, and I will be playing it this Friday. So let's look at the launch trailer. The new launch trailer just came out. So let's go and check it out.
We have to talk. This is something else. I need your help. Are you sure this isn't something you can handle yourself?
Get a little Lee coming back. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's going to be Miles Morales versus Lee. For those who don't remember, Lee ends up killing Miles' dad. There we go. Here's a confirmation Sandman's going to be. There was like some like, oh, hey, we think this. Here's like, I remember watching one video and they were like, hey, this kind of is showing that Sandman's going to be part of this. Well, now we got it confirmed. Sandman is definitely part of this. Cool.
I'm sure. Miles, this is crazy. We
just got a view of Spider-Man's new mechanical arms, and now here's the symbiote transformation.
Symbiote. And it chose you.
Get it off of him!
Ready for your annual physical?
There's the lizard fight. Lizard looks fucking fierce.
I'm the hero here. Not you.
See, now, see. This is very obviously. This is more than likely, a scene after Peter Parker's been infected with the symbiote. Because he's very aggressive, he's very angry. And here's Harry right here. We can see Harry. He's got a cane. We can see he's not doing well. And he's clearly talking to Mary Jane.
What the hell's going on with Pete?
You're not yourself.
You want to join
And then here's probably Eddie Brock.
us?
He's here.
Walk down the whole building!
I know I can snap him out of this.
We can fight this together.
So there you go. That's the Spider-Man 2 trailer. That looks really cool. I'm really excited. As you know, I finished playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. I was kind of a little disappointed in it. So the Spider-Man 2 game, I'm fairly excited about. Can't wait to play as symbiote, Black Suit Spider-Man, symbiote Spider-Man, however you want to call him. All right, so there we go. We're all done now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had some very interesting takes on the matters and everything. Let's see. All right, so if you've watched this on Rumble, make sure you give me a like and follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go over to my Rumble channel, rumble.com/withghost. It's in the description, and check it out there. Or at least give me a like there, because Rumble is a superior platform, obviously. And then my gaming channel, rumble.com/gamewithghosts. Again, it's in the description. So check it out there. I am playing through Modern Warfare. I'm doing it on realism mode. I'm playing it before the new one, Modern Warfare 3, comes out November 5th. November 8th. Is that?
Oh, perfect. Well, I'll be doing that. So speaking of November 8th, what else is happening November 8th is I will be covering the debate. It's the third GOP debate. I will be covering that. So check that out as well. But I will, oh wait, no, never mind. This was the first one. Never mind. November 10th. Okay, there we go. I'm a fucking idiot. That was the third one. Okay, so November 10th. Okay. So I can play the campaign on the 3rd. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So anyways, what I was saying is check out my gaming channel. I'm playing Modern Warfare on Realism. And then after that, I will play the campaign of Modern Warfare 2 on Realism. And then hopefully I'll be able to play Spider-Man when it comes out Friday. Well, I will because I'm on vacation. But there we go. So check me out there. Oh, my God. All right. All right. That's all I got. Yeah. Oh, and make sure you follow me on X at officialwghost. That gives you all my that tells you when I go live and everything. So it's very easy for everyone to find it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you check it out. Give it a like. Give me a follow on the Rumble. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you all have a good day. Peace out. See you later.